Hello guys, here we are, Reverend Dr. Marie. I'm back with your health and wellness. So this is the fun part. You guys are killing me. I'm gonna keep up. I'm not even gonna say it. This is the section that's like so much fun like no tomorrow, because every Thursday we do the Q&A, and this is the time where you guys get to ask all your questions. You get to send me a message through our channel and you ask me whatever, and then of course now I have to come up with an answer. So let's go. First question from Nancy, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. When you're excited about a project, then suddenly the excitement dies out. Why? How do you keep the momentum going? Wow. One of the best things I found that worked for me was to give back and to teach. Because a lot of times when we start doing something, it's either we see a friend doing it, we see a neighbor doing it, and we're just like, oh my God, I want to do this too. Oh my God, I want to sing. Oh my God, I want to write. I've seen so many people come to me and say, you know, they're interested in writing, they want to write books, and they would like to know how can they do the same thing, you know. And by the time I give them the information as far as how to go about it, when you write the book, put your script together, getting to editing, getting to reviewing your work, getting your reviews, and by the time I get to number 2, everybody's always like, their energy level goes down, because they did not want to write a book because they felt like they did not want to write the book because they had a story to tell, but they actually wanted to write the book because, you know what, they thinking it was just something that was glamorous, that was just something we just do, that was just something, you know, we just do just to do, you know, like you wake up, you eat. They just thought it was just something like that, but no, it actually takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of time to do. Another thing I could say is, what is your why? When you wanted to do it, when you thought that you were inspired, what was it? What was it that turned you on? What was it that makes you feel like, oh my God, this is so good. Let me go do it. Let me go try it out. Let me go do it too, because I think this was meant for me. What is your why? When you want to do something, before you jump up and say, hey, listen, I want to do this, find out why. You know, if you want to eat healthy, why? Do you just want to eat healthy because that's the trend, everybody's doing it, it looks good? Or do you want to eat healthy because of maybe health reasons, medical reason, you know, you don't want issues? Maybe some people like their family tree could, you know, some of their ancestors or parents had diabetes, so they decide, oh, you know what, I don't want to exacerbate my possibilities for it, so I'm going to try to do this, I'm going to try to do that. So definitely find your why. Why did you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? What is it inside of you that's saying, you know what, this is the thing that you want to do? Again, relative to the same things that I've said before. What's your drive? What's your source? Because that's how you lose the excitement, because you didn't have a reason. You didn't really have a source. You were walking down the street, you saw it, and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Have you ever seen someone who buy like they would buy a motorcycle, and then next thing you know, they were very excited the first day, and next thing you know, the motorcycle is just sitting in a corner, they're not even using it. That's because it was never their thing. It just, maybe you had access to the motorcycle, or maybe you had access to money, you had that extra money, and you said, hey, let me do it too because everybody else is doing it. You know, definitely to keep the momentum going, you have to add meaning to what you do. What is it that you're getting out of it? What is it that you're offering? Are you teaching others? Just find more meaning in what you're doing. When you're doing something, there's no reason for it. I mean, why would you keep up? But if you go to school because you want to graduate, you're going to finish. If you go to school because you want another job tomorrow, you want a better job, you want to increase your income, you want to have a better career, chances are you're going to graduate. But if you're going to school because everybody's going to school, not everybody graduates. So find for yourself, within yourself, what is it that it is that you want to accomplish. When you want to have that momentum, you have to create it. The momentum is not gonna come by itself. It's just like when when you're cooking, you know, your food is just not gonna come out good because you're cooking chicken and the chicken's gonna come out good. Guess what? If you just take the chicken, throw it in the water and boil it, it's not gonna taste the same. If you were to be taking your time, you clean it up, you put your spice in it, and you take your time, you let it cook well, and you spice it up real good, it's gonna taste differently. So it's the same thing when it comes to your momentum, when it comes to staying excited about your projects. You just got to make sure you keep the momentum going. And in order to do that, you got to know your why. You got to know what causes you, what pushed you to start it, just like a business. What was the reason you started this business? Is it because you just wanted to make a lot of money? Is it because you wanted to make a difference in the community? Is it because of this, that? I don't know what your reason is. But until you find a reason, until you know your why, until you know why you started doing it or why you're doing it, most likely you're not going to continue. So it's been a pleasure. I'm going to move on to the next question. So definitely keep watching, share, call somebody, grab your cup of tea. If you want coffee is fine too. But come spend some time with me so we could discuss and you can hear everybody else's question. And of course, if you have your question, send me a message and I'll answer you. So again, Reverend Dr. Marie Breville, we're doing our Q&A session where we just answer whatever question that you have. So you feel welcome. Message us. Thanks.